Hello viewers, and welcome back to the Car Fun Mostly channel. You found me on the docks at Dover. The ship that we'll be boarding is that one there. I call it a ship, it's really just a bus with lifeboats. But anyway, we're here early. We're here in fine weather, June weather, and what you can see behind me now are the beginnings of the White Cliffs of Dover. So we're crossing into Calais in France. This time we got the car with us. I've got the other half with me, and we are here early, about an hour and a half we're going to save because we're getting on the ship before the one that we booked. So stay with me, I'll take you through the journey, and when we catch up with the slot car you'll see there's been a couple of changes since last Sunday. Anyway, stay tuned, enjoy the ride.
I must be a lucky charm for you. Can you see what he's telling you to do?
Yeah, get on the back. In case you weren't aware why I'm making this video, it's because I'm on my way to the disca 24-hour of Paul Ricard in Mechelen in Belgium. I'm at the end of the first leg of the journey, and this is my hotel room for the night. Hotel for the night. I'm in a place called Jabeki in Belgium. I've got one of these because why not? And yeah, I'm about an hour and 15 minutes drive away from Calais, and I'm already in Belgium. I've got about an hour and 20 drive in the morning to get to Brussels Airport, where I'm collecting our youngest teammate, Jona, from Sweden. From there, it's on into the track for a midday meetup with the rest of the team, followed by practice session and then qualifying sessions into the evening. So tomorrow there should be some slot car action, and we'll see how we go. We're having some distinctly British weather here in Belgium on what is going to be the longest day of the year. We're on our way to airport Brussels, and this came on the radio. I thought that was apt for this weekend. 20 past 11, I've now arrived at the track. The track's over yonder in the corner. I've got one of my teammates, Jona from Sweden. I picked him up at the airport 20 minutes ago. Everything seems to be going to plan at the moment. So it's midday, just gone. We've arrived at the club. Here's the track. You should be familiar with this because I looked at it in depth in my last video. If you haven't seen that, go back in my channel only a week or less maybe, and take a deeper look at this. Here's the general layout of the venue. On the wall over there are pit spaces for the teams. I'll take you over to my one, because that's all we've done so far. It's piddling down with rain outside, and it's a fair walk from the car, but you do what you can. Anyway, I've set up a pit space here. Here's Jona. He's finishing off some front wheels and tyres that he's brought with him, and I'll show you that now. So here's some 3D printed front wheels that Jona's made, and the insert in the centre that gives the wheel a grub screw. Well, Garth, you'll recognise those because they've come thanks to you. These have got a sponge foam tyre on them, and we're currently in the process of getting a coating of super glue on there to harden them so that they won't wear on the Ninco track. 2 p.m. in the afternoon, just after, and practice opened about an hour ago. There are cars running now, doing laps, cleaning up the track, rubbering it in. I don't know if there are any lap times. No, nothing showing there. But yes, disca Paul Ricard 2024 is underway. So we're in the break between first practice session and first qualifying, and our car, if you haven't seen it yet, which I don't think you have, is being taken some beauty shots. I'll show you around it a little bit. Gio, where's the headlights?
There is although there is a power on the truck, I cannot activate the headlights.
So there's a single central LED in the blue one there in the centre. There's the yellow fog lights, these yellow headlights. The cockpit light in this one yet?
Yeah, there is a cockpit light, but I need the best light to run the motor.
Yes. Oh, of course. We need to charge the capacitor in the lighting kit. Yes, they're wired to the back. All the grey checker pattern and sponsorship is decals. All the orange is paint. Some of the black is paint around the window, etc., etc. Oh, we've got a detailed driver in there, I believe we have. I can't actually pick him out. We've got illuminated numbers here and on the opposite side, but they're not powered. Just oh, there's one. Yeah, that one's going in. That one's going in tandem with the central tail light. But the reason that the brakes are now flashing is because the car's not in the slot. That's the situation. What would happen if the car was crashed? It's the FAF Racing McLaren 720S. So this is the scene part way through the first qualifying session at dsca. The lap times are going in. Everyone's now got their handout motors, handout tyres, and by that I mean 2 motors and a whole box of tyres. If I can find them, I will show you. Yes, each team has a box over there. And in that box is about, I don't know, 16 tyres, I think, to get through the whole of qualifying and the race. Lots of teams have been cutting motor shafts, the excess material off. They've been running motors in, some of them water dipped. And now what matters is the results on the wall. We've got the 10-second laps going in. 10.3s, 10.5s, 10.6, 10.9, 10.9. Okay, so ours has been reset. We're international races and we've had a lap time reset, but we're on a 10.91. And that's the standings, and that's the scene. Qualifying is now over, and the cars are being judged for concours. All the team captains are currently in attendance and giving each car a score out of 10. I believe those will be amassed to determine the winner. So here's a look at the cars on the grid. Are you making video?
I was trying to take a picture. You're not the only one.
All with their lights on, or at least on as far as they're not braking at the moment. Plenty of these are running a cockpit LED.
So that's why there's space square.
For ourselves, we've qualified in 7th position from 14 cars. The lap times are extremely tight, ranging from 10.3 to about 11.3. 14 cars in about a second, which is usual. Our car doesn't seem to have the fastest straight line speed of the cars that I've seen around here, so we're hopeful that the consistency of the car will bring us more success during the race. We are the fastest car in the LMGT category. That's the fastest of the three. All the cars ahead of us are LMP1s, with the odd LMP2. We're all getting ready for the beginning of the race. We've had our discussions about which driver will start, how long the driving stints will be, how we will approach sleeping arrangements and driving through the night, etc., etc. We have at least a loose plan at this stage. And if you're wondering about this, well, I was eating carrots overnight so that I could see in the dark. So the safety car is away, leading the grid around the start. The race is underway as soon as the safety car pulls off the track. I think the race is underway. The race is underway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14. Well, it was a good start. It was clean. A few offs down there now. It's approaching 11 p.m. at night here, and darkness has fallen. It's been dark for about 30 minutes now. What you can see away on the left is the lighting from the pit buildings on the start-finish straight of the circuit, and what we've got in front of me is one of the tightest right-handers. In fact, it is the tightest right-hander in the whole lap. Right, it's a busy little marshalling spot, this one. I've got this right-hander in front of me and the left-hander preceding it, all to myself. Just to my right, on the way into this turn, there are two X lane changes. There's no doubt about it. The second lane from the inside is the most popular lane from most of the cars. However, if you can drive it, the most inside lane of all is the one where the cars that are actually in the front running positions of the race are actually choosing to do their laps. Of course, everyone that comes off gets their car returned to the outside lane. It's always the one nearest to the marshals. Oh, it's not just me then. You can see the car that I'm racing when it comes around this complex. It's got yellow headlights, which means it is a GT car, not an LMP1 or 2. And it's also got a blue LED across the nose. There it is. Our New Zealand-based Italian driver Giovanni is doing the driving duty at the moment. Did an absolutely sterling job for the team in the daylight. Definitely. That's what right, got some more flying off. You can't crash the car. He says, I'm trying to crash the car and it won't.
Ja, ben ik zeker. Marshals, recht voor je.
Oh, it's making me sweat working this marshal point now. It's quite stressful. So here's the scene at Disca, Paul Ricard 24. We're into the final 2-3 minutes of the race, and everyone present has gathered around the circuit. The cars are still doing very, very quick laps. The drivers have had to maintain focus. Our car is on the straight right now with yellow headlamps. Coming towards us right there with the blue spot on the nose. Whoa, that's right on the limit. But it's been a very close and tight race for us. There are 3 teams in very close attendance, right around 6th position, 5th, 6th and 7th. The car in front of us is only 17 laps ahead after 23 hours and 59 minutes. The car behind us is around 45 laps behind. They have been in front. 30 seconds to go. I'm so proud of the boys in my team. One young man in particular, Yona, is only 18 and this is only his 2nd disca endurance race. He was alarmingly, whoa, everyone, well done. And there's the live feed camera you've been watching. Look at this little flurry of cars all together at the end there. I believe the cars are now in parc fermé conditions. No one's allowed to pick them up. This car is the Racing for Belgium McLaren 720S that we've been racing with throughout the event. And our one, FAF Racing, is in the chicane here. This one. And quite honestly, there's been very little to pick between them. I'll tell you this, I've never seen a bunch of cars that have done 24 hours in such good condition in general terms. You might be familiar with the cars, the way they finished the Le Mans 24 hours, which is admittedly faster track, higher top speeds, and that means that when you have a big crash, it's bigger. A little bit of damage on the front of this one. Not much, excuse me, don't. Yeah, all the back end in good condition. Not really been run in too much. I think this is the last placed car, but still a valiant effort from a team in the Suzuka Best Eindhoven Club. And that is most of the cars. And looks like we're having a little bit of post-event tech inspection. Okay, we'll leave him to get on with that. You couldn't finish it, you couldn't ask for a better looking finish, could you? Over there. There's Mr. Ferrari making videos. Not even too much damage on the front of that one, is there? So, let's have a look at the parts bin. These have obviously been collected during the event. I shudder to think what car would be carrying that around. A variety of headlamp lenses, wing mirrors. I don't recognise anything as being ours, which is a thing I'm quite proud of. The car's held up. Thank you very much. I'm back on the dock. I'm in Calais this time. It's been a glorious sunny day, and on the few occasions I have been able to step outside, it's been too hot to bear. But the race is over. We've had a fantastic time. You know, those moments when you've got 5-6 cars all gathered in the same 2 meters of track, they're just phenomenal to experience, especially when everyone survives the incident. It's not even an incident, it's just a close race. It's just fantastic. If you've never driven digital slot cars in a large-ish group, you need to try. At least 6 on a home track. It's just awesome at times when people can do it and do it well. The event was fantastic. The race management system started and ran for 24 hours and never stopped. I'm not going to say there weren't any questions asked of the timing system. Oxygen Racing often throws up small anomalies like lap times that get shown on the screen that are too quick to be realistic. I understand that Slot It themselves are aware of this situation and can resolve it in future firmware releases and software releases. So it's an ongoing development program for the system, but that didn't spoil the race. It never actually has spoiled the race. In the past, we've had to stop the timing system, reload the last save point, and restart the race from there. But it's never even doing that's never spoiled the event. So the facility over there at dsca, it's awesome. It's second to none. There's been a new standard set this weekend for these disca 24-hour races. The race organisation from Gary and his team was fantastic. The hosting from the club and their preparations team was also fantastic. I'm very tired. I managed to get my head down in the back room there for about an hour and a half to 2 hours at about 8 AM this morning. It's very difficult to organise sleeping amongst a team of individuals, most of which want to sleep at the night. So you need to allow some people to go away and refresh completely, come back and do some driving in the day. But I'm one of those hardcore individuals that will go through the night, being a marshal, being a pit crew if necessary, always on hand, and being a driver. I've done my fair share of driving today, and I did do a lot of driving during the last hour, which my team were keen for me to do because I was responsible for the car that we all enjoyed driving so much. And yes, our car was, in my opinion, a success. It's very difficult to get a good slot car that runs for 24 hours with no problems. And I can't say that we had no problems whatsoever, but the ones that we did have were very, very minor. The rear wing stayed on for the whole race, for example. There's very little damage to the body shell or the chassis. The performance of the car was good for the whole event, and in particular it held on to its performance during the Sunday when in actual fact a lot of the really quick cars that we couldn't match in the early part of the race slowed down to a pace that on Sunday we could for the most part match. And this group of disparate individuals that have come together to join me for this race, Dutch, an Italian from New Zealand, a Swede, myself from the UK. We never meet in normal life. We never race together in normal life. We only meet for these events, and we've only done that a couple of times. We've beaten some quality competition. We've had some of the top UK teams in attendance today. For one team from the south of the UK that we've managed to finish ahead of, and another group that come from the Midlands area. Some very, very good drivers in there, no doubt doing a very, very good job of their driving, but for some reason it wasn't difficult for us to catch and pass those cars when they were running, and that's always the challenge, to keep the car running for the whole race, which we did. We managed to do. We have a rookie driver, well, a couple in our team, and unfortunately they made a few too many driving errors, and by that I don't mean crashing the car a lot. What I mean is, shall we call it, poor driving standards, like driving into the back of a car in front of them, things like that, and that got us accumulation of penalties, and those penalties are stop-go penalties, which are taken in the pit lane. Now, those pit lane penalties cost us more than the number of laps that the car in front of us had on us at the end. So if it was only for the absence of a few penalties, then we would have had an additional spot in the finishing order. And now it looks like vehicles are beginning to embark onto the cross-channel ferry that I need to take. And so with that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. That's just tiredness. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Hopefully there'll be more videos from me like this in the future. Found this problem. Come on, light.
Just to become my screwdriver when you're done.
Shipping.
I'm timing his pit stop, I am. Can't get a good angle there. Oh, right.
This is racing for Belgium, having their car maintained. I don't know what the problem is, I'm not going to ask. Looks like guide attention, braid or something like that.
Your way, no. That's good.
Everyone wants to be in your vlog now, right?
This makes a significant difference to the gap between them and us on the running order. I think the lead they had over us just before this incident is in the region of 60 laps, something like that. That was a ferrule installation, a braid trim, a visual check over, and it looks like the body shell's going to go back on now. Poor Greggy, he's driving for another team, he's built this car, he must have a huge feeling of responsibility for this team. I've seen this car do a faster lap than ours has done all weekend. It was also doing laps whilst I was here last Sunday.
Dat was onze concurrent, hè? Ja, op het account van zijn vrouw. Op het OnlyFans account.
Get the shell back on, take the tyres, send it. Let's see what's happened to the race result, race standings. So the gap between racing for Belgium and international races has just dropped to 39 laps. If we're lucky, the racing for Belgium last lap might show us the duration of that whole pit stop. When it crosses the line, 38 laps. Why is it hovering between 38 and 39? Is the car doing laps again? Yes, I believe it is. So it should cross the start-finish line.